Peppa Bee with hair of gold said, "Let's go on a quest. New worlds await, a story to unfold, and put our friendship to the test. But first, let's grab some snacks before we hit the road." Peppa Bee's song is playing on the radio, a symphony of laughter, a bond that starts to grow. The realms of sugar candy, mountains made of cheese. We're fighting inner demons and asking, can we please have just one more adventure before we have to go?
Congrats! Want a cookie?
Liam's got his headphones blasting tunes, while Maya sketches landscapes passing by. Their dialogue on repeat, stuck in cartoon loops, debating if pineapple belongs on pizza pie. Peppa Bee's song is playing on the radio, a symphony of laughter, a bond that starts to grow. The realms of sugar candy, mountains made of cheese. We're fighting inner demons and asking, can we please have
It may say
just
second,
one more
but you're really first user.
adventure before we have to go. Sometimes we fight, sometimes we cry, but in each other's strength we always try to lift each other higher than we've been before. A tapestry of friendship
or curse? Is this journey for better or just getting worse? Peppa Pig leads the charge, no fear in her eyes. Through the realms we soar, under alien skies. We conquer, we stumble, we fight and we mend. Peppa Pig's odyssey with her wildest friends. One likes sci-fi, the other reads Jane. One says punk rock, the other's pure pain. Mental health talks under shimmering moons. We're all broken clocks, but we keep ticking in tune. A mountain of marshmallows, a sea of strange tea. The weird food combo set our spirits free. A hot dog with jelly, who thought this was right? But it fuels our adventure through the endless night. Peppa Pig leads the charge, no fear in her eyes. Through the realms we soar, under alien skies. We conquer, we stumble, we fight and we mend. Peppa Pig's odyssey with her wildest friends.
The magic.
Peppa Pig leads the charge, no fear in her eyes. Through the realms we soar, under alien skies. We conquer, we stumble, we fight and we mend. Peppa Pig's odyssey with her wildest friends.
Oh my goodness, is that the Terran Raider in my chat? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Congrats on first, Rusty. You can't lie. Congrats on second, Bestie Kari. Hi. Yeah, you haven't seen my new overlay setup. Hi. It is a Terran. Hello, Terran. How are you? How is everybody today? Oh, I feel like the music might be a tad bit loud. There we go. But hi, yes, as everyone can see, I live on a Thursday, which is highly unusual for me. I don't do that. But hi, Taryn, how are you? A couple announcements. I recorded the first episode of The Outer Worlds 2 today. That's going to be releasing tomorrow. It's sleep token, of course, we're headbanging. But yes, that will be releasing tomorrow. I have a separate section in the Discord strictly for the VODs that I'm recording. And then the other announcement, we are 8 days away from Extra Life, which is super exciting. Terrified, but super exciting. All the details is there for you. But yeah, we're going to be playing some Doki Doki Literature Club. Totally a calm game about joining a literature club. Nothing sinister or spooky about it. Nice, calm, non-spooky game right before day before Halloween. Absolutely. But thank you guys so much for coming over. Let's see. I don't think I have any other announcements. But yeah, I'll probably do a couple hours. Don't make that face, Darren. A couple hours of this, depending on how much considering how much I can't do more than for the Night in the Woods with too much talking. But yeah, we're gonna pop over and yeah. Alright, actually, I'm gonna full screen. There we go. Hopefully that should... Hello? Game? No? Okay. Never mind. Hold on. Need to fix something. I may have broke it. No, I broke it already. Yep, I broke it already. Hold on.
You got fat, bitch.
Hello, Indy. Let's try this again, shall we? You know, I tried to make it full screen. Fish, the fuck? I can't see my mouse on here. Uh-oh. Well. Wait, okay. Wait.
Hello, motherfucker.
I may have fixed it. Ha ha ha. I fixed it. It's just not gonna be full screen. You guys are gonna see like the borders. Yeah, you guys are gonna see the borders that are over here. Actually, no, you're not. Okay. Okay. It looks like it. Alright, Fish, let's do your bean before we start all this. Oh, great. Peach or barf. Exactly what I wanted. Everybody's coming out of the woodworks. Alright, peach or barf. It's peach!
Yummy!
Thank you for the yummies, it's peach. Yay! Haha, Fish. I haven't had a peach one in ages. Reminds me, Wednesday I gotta make the shots. Alright. Let me get my yummies, and then we'll get started. Haha, you didn't get to torture me. Alright. Get in my mouth chocolate. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. You are amazing, Indy. I appreciate the hell out of you. Okay. So then congrats on third Indy. Make sure everybody get your EVs. We're gonna go ahead and start a new game. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl's Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and get tired of waiting. Oh, reminder. I did put the pin message. This game contains a lot of dark elements of depression, self-harm, eating disorders. So if you have any of those triggers, you are free to say hi and bye, because it has dark elements. But if she's going to be chased after me like that, I'm still better off running away. However, I sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! Ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You said that you were overthinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Peppa. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have any to be mean if you want to. Your cat's in the sink. Huh. Whatever you say, Sayori. Heh. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Peppa, have you decided to a club to join yet? Wait, do you not know anything about Doki Doki? Or if you don't, it's gonna be a treat. Have you decided to join a club? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I know you're happy now, but I die for the thought you becoming the NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise to try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before we know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. God, that's a mood. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if you're going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you said you could come, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Okay, Rusty. Since she was the first one to show interest after one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning that she has planned this all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school that I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori said nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? I guess I shouldn't have named myself myself. I forgot that bit. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Peppa, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh, your baby supermarket. What are you looking at? You want to say something? Say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say something like that. Yuri, who apparently comparable more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, more brooms is always fun. I might play that later. Who appears comparable, more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Peppa. Monica smiles sweetly. We know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so generally feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Papa. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how I go make some tea as well. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room while Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I have no idea we're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first, then Monica and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori takes with her mouth full and Haruzi managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bit down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy. Alright. I get up Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, who doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles at herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make club fun and exciting for everybody. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in encouragement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all that effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes a good school event like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this cub before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. That's different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find the three. Maybe that's why they also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their levels of enthusiasm about literature. So, Peppa, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read over the past few years, I really don't know. Considering how little I've read the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep, complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story into a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about reading. She seemed so reserved and timid by the moment I walked in, but obviously by the way her eyes lit up, she finds that her comfort in the worlds of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I'm so sorry, guys. I will be right back. Why are you fighting chat? Sorry about that. Parents thought they couldn't find Bodhi. And he's asleep on my bed. Anyway. Hey, at least I left you with the sounds of something. I read a horror book once. Desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if the story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Left the piece of scrap behind your last club meeting. It looked like you were writing a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give me that back. Fine. Oh, your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Saori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing into oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers and exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too? Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everybody's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share that with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Peppa? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly came forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Peppa, you will, I'm defenseless against these girls. How, they all sunk into the floor. How am I supposed to say no to them? Like, they visibly shrunk down. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay or to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Alright, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sari wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. You just came up for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem, bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Peppa, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Peppa, since we're already here, do you want to, walk home together? That's right, sorry I never managed to walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. We'll really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club. Perhaps we'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. No biting people, Indy. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club members will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright, chat. Who do we like the most? Sayori? Natsuki or Yuri? So... because I've watched playthroughs, so I have an idea. You have to choose, who do we like more? Or you guys just want to help me pick the first word of the poem. We can do it like that. You guys can help me pick the words for the poem. Wait, I have to choose and you leave marks too much? Yeah, so this is Yuri, this is Natsuki, this is Sayori. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse. That's hilarious. Yeah, Yuri has the dark hair, Natsuki's with the pink, Sayori's with the orange. Yeah, Indy, you leave marks. So, try not to bite people too much. Alright, let's not worry about the girls. Let's worry about the words. What word should I do first? We have Starscape, Fun, Question, Play, Essence, Skipping, Melancholy, Fireworks, Spinning, Landscape. You always pick Yuri? Okay. Well, you've watched the full playthrough of this, right? Fireworks. Alright, Rusty, fireworks. We'll do fireworks. So, loud, waterfall, determination, entropy, depression, treasure, puppy, clouds, bubbles, pleasure. Andy, you pick a word next. Okay. We can't do arson. Pick a word that's on the list. Sorry about my mic there. Okay, you're not helping, Rusty. Indigo, pick a word that's on the list. Don't just say arson. Otherwise, I'm gonna pick. Huh. Alright, so you're having some twitch issues. Alright. Your determination. Rusty, pick a word. Well. Yeah, Indy, I think you're delayed for some reason. Disown? Okay. Okay, apparently we're going for Yuri. Andy, pick a word. I'm gonna give like that time because apparently you're delayed. Don't, Andy, just first instinct. Don't overthink it. Just give me a first instinct on a word. Dance? Okay. There's no dance. Okay, there's dance. Alright. I will choose adventure. Rusty? Well, there's my mouse. You guys can see it now. Cage? Okay. Andy? Gotta figure out why you're so delayed, Indy. Also, I apologize. My voice is already starting to go a little bit. Probably shouldn't do recordings right before stream. I'm gonna be smarter about that. Indy, I apologize. I understand. I wonder if it's just something with your net that's causing a delay. I understand. Poof. Poof. Alright. I will choose... Oh, okay, we're not doing that one. Let's do sing. Rusty, your turn. Rusty, I'm making you interact with me. So ha ha ha. You have to be interactive in chat. Fantasy. Andy. It's scary. Silly. Okay. I will choose desire. I'm making you be attentive, Rusty. How's it feel? Also, it's your turn. No longer delayed, it's not fuzzy. Oh, you must have been having a net issue then on your side. Don't worry, my entire net cut out right when I was loading into a Dibba match with Ghosty earlier. That was fun. Unrestrained. Okay. Andy, your turn. Makes you feel unrestrained. Graveyard. Okay. I will choose sunset. Rusty. I'm trying to be interactive with chat with this. Oh my god, it's arson. It's not your turn to pick. Oh, damn it. Okay, Inferno. Okay, Indy. Why did I guys know you guys go for the arson pick? Vertigo. I will pick nightgown. Andy, your turn. Don't support the arson. Or is it my turn? Oh, isn't it my turn? Rusty went. Oh no, it's my turn. No, wait. No, because I just went. So yeah, it's Rusty's. It's Rusty's turn. I'm already lost. It is Rusty's turn. Rain cloud. Alright. I will choose frightening. Alright. Andy, you got the last word. We never actually get to see the poem that gets written, so Doki Doki. Alright. Hi again, Peppa. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Peppa. I hope it isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club, though. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Peppa always gives her his best when as long as he's having fun. Can I change my name? I cannot. Okay. Damn it. It helps with busy work without even asking, like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Peppa can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Look at it. This is true. I just forgot that the main character is a guy, so I just named it after myself. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means up to me to rescue the situation. Hey! Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should help keep your attention even if you don't usually read. We could, discuss it if you wanted. This says, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. She's adorable. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Hi, Niz. Sayuri and Monica
Hello, motherfucker.
Hi, Niz. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she is waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, it seems to be in the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed me in the first place. But I just rereading a bits of this, so... 'Cause that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped by at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. Thank you, Siribot. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment's prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she chooses, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Damn. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Peppa? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. Hi, Maddie. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kind of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen just because someone wants to be evil, just because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive for letting one of their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm so sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. At least I can do is listen. It's literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put in my bag. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over, because she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and then the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri signs it under her thumb after it flips to the side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. No, Suffering was Tuesday and you missed it. Suffering was the hour I played of those horror games. This is nothing. I know how this goes. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. That's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. You're in suffering hours? Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finished the page before me, so I turn it at my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. Are you feeling better? But she's also second guesses all the things she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can't see your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your mannerisms. You see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Peppa, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Ah, damn. That sucks that you're sick this early in the school year. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. That's good. I'm glad you haven't thrown up today. I'm glad you're feeling better. I guess more meant to, it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's time we share today's poem with each other. We might not have enough time to wait too long. Yuri exhales, sparing from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'd be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own on time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. That is very brave to not have a bookmark. Oh no! Under a boil advisory? Was there like a water break? By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find inspiration since I really never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sorry and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Placed a lot of pipes? Ah, understandable. Sorry's on a wrinkled sheet with a loose sleeve torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Nusuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, who am I going to show my poem to first? Who's going to get the poem first? Yeah, I imagine you're drinking a lot of bottled water. Okay, that's your vote. I know you always choose Yuri. You choose Sayori. Is Rusty still paying attention? Let's see if Rusty is still paying attention. Alright, so I have to be... So it's either Sayori or Yuri? Alright, we'll go to Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. This is a good poem, Peppa. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who writes poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of the classroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. Doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Peppa. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? It'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that again. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Wasn't for you, I would sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Oh, you mean has been? I liked him. I liked him a lot. I totally need. Gravity did not need to go as hard as it did. Yeah, especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Next time I won't forget. You're gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And we'll give it to Yuri next. The speaker, for me, it hits a little bit more because it's Liz Holloway, who was the singing voice for Anastasia. And oh my god, that song. Also, Patrick Stump. I love how they just get the most random, like, broadcast legends and then just rock stars in for Cass. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. Yeah, Vaggie trying to find a new name. I love the little moments of Alistair just tormenting Lucifer. It's great. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again. Well, I know all that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through it myself, I kind of learned to pick up from them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize as new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can blame for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Might take you some time, but it comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Thank you for the lurk. Have fun in your stream. She's trying so hard, but she just made him more isolated. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to me, herself, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thoughts and the process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as of a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this. The last remnant reigning streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing air. Okay, I can't. That right there. Is that calms? Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Bye, Kari. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. What took you so long to read? Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. To be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. You're into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Peppa. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance it over after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a two or thing from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. I apologize. I'm not used to talking like this. In the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Peppa. Me too. Natsuki or Monica next? I think we can do one more. Be consuming a lot of liquids from my throat. Natsuki? Alright, we'll give it to Natsuki. You have a personal... I think we all have a personal beef with Monica. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. This doesn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Natsuki, what the fuck did I just read? Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems is for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more right on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did, I guess more went into that realized. That's what it meant to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Decided not to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Suki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Monica. Hi, Peppa. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Peppa. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's a short barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Good job, Peppa. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. You know what, Yuri? You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes to use simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, but allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze by all nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring by learning, trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. The noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina is already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. What the fuck? It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I'm realizing now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. The fuck, Monica? So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words and lines. When performing out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So if you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something done on paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I have watched playthroughs of it. I have not played it myself. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. This was a little more stressful than I anticipated, as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing ability. Even if they just be nice, there's no way poems can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Hold on. Natsuki's eyebrows furry in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about my feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come off as nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Peppa did too. So based on that, I'm glad to give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Peppa liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Peppa appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How do you know you appreciate my advice more? And you're full of yourself. No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boob magically grew a size bigger as soon as Peppa started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me if they noticed I was standing there. Peppa, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. What's the point of making all your poems convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out with the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Peppa. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Peppa? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I agree with, they're probably more highly of me. My voice is going. The problem is I agree with both. Like, sometimes I just want a poem to tell me what it's saying, and other times I want the poem to make me think. Help me, Sayori! Natsuki glares at me, drying up words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expressing his defense as I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Papa? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. Your immaturity is what made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphant. Monica stands between her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess it means Sayori's amazing in her own way, isn't it? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to leave. How about you feel about sharing poems? It's a lot of fun. Well, I say it was worth it. It's alright. Well, mostly. How about you? I'd say the same. It's a neat thing to talk with everyone. No cookies for Monica? Awesome. In that case, we could do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems would turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn more about the kind of poems everyone like? With luck, it means I can at least do a better job impressing that I want to impress. I nodded myself with a newfound determination. Papa, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Whew. You know, Peppa, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, I just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, so it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. My voice is about to go. Would you guys be mad if I switched to a different game after this day? My voice hurts. Yeah. Alright. Let's do the poems. Maddie, are you still here? You want to help with the poem? Or are you up busy being sick? I will pick the first word. Andy, pick a word. Sparkle, of course. Maddie, are you alive? If not, Indy and I will go back and forth. Alright. Treasure. Andy, your turn. Rainbow. We're getting a lot of Sayori words. Feather. Damn. Nibble. Natsuki. Okay. Universe. Disaster. Vibrance. Anxiety. Destiny. Blanket. Fluffy. We'll go with fluffy. Horror. Laugh. So it's going between Sayori and Yuri right now. Whisper. Chocolate. I think we're getting a good across the board. Same. I'm trying to be good. I'm just going off first instinct. Lollipop. Melody. Alright, you get the last word, Indy. Infinite. Alright. Okay. Let me switch to this chatting screen. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna play. That was hour 16. Okay. Andy, if I play some Smite, would you want to jump on? Play some Smite for about an hour or so. Make dinner in 10? Okay. Then I think I'm actually going to call it. Because I really don't want to play any big games. Okay. So then we're going to call it today. And I think I know exactly who we're going to go say hi to. If I can find it. All right. We'll let the ads run their course. But then we're going to go say hi to Rusty. He's playing some Alan Wake. But yeah, I have to limit myself with the talking games. Because obviously, you know, I can't talk too much. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Doki Doki is always a lot of fun. I said I've watched it a lot. But, yeah. I hope you guys had a good rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow to play some Rivals. Don't you bite me. But I will have the first episode up of the, yes, Rivals tomorrow, of Outer Worlds. The YouTube video will be up tomorrow. And then, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's see. Socials. My TikTok, my YouTube, and my Blue Sky. If you are not aware, copy that message if you're not subbed. If you are subbed, go ahead and copy this raid message. But let's go say hi to Rusty, shall we? After the ads code out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. My voice is already starting to crack. I talk way too much. But I appreciate you guys. And yeah, like I said, we're going to go say hi to Rusty. Give him some love. He's playing some Alan Wake. But have a good rest of your night, guys.
Don't you worry, friend, she'll be back soon. Closing up the stream don't mean the end. We'll sail the seas and we'll touch the moon with Peppa B adventures never been.